Hi guys, welcome back to Making Food Monday. This week I'm making something that's a little bit unusual for me only because it takes a really long time to cook even in the pressure cooker. But it's so much faster in the pressure cooker than it even would be in the slow cooker that I'm willing to try it. So today we're gonna make Hawaiian Kalua Pork. Not a lot that goes into this recipe, you guys. We literally have some pork shoulder. This one is a bone-in pork shoulder roast. We need the bone in there. That's important because that's going to make it taste better. We've got a head of cabbage. We've got some garlic that we're just going to be using a couple of the fresh cloves from. We've got some coarse salt, and I've got some bacon fat. Now, the only reason I'm using bacon fat instead of bacon is because we used our bacon and I no longer have any bacon. So I'm just gonna use the fat because really that was the important part anyways. And that is all that's going in our recipe today, you guys. Okay, today the first thing I'm gonna do is take a tablespoon of that bacon fat, just put it in the bottom of my pot here. So I'm gonna turn that on to, oops, I have to plug in my pot. Guys, it's been a long time since I did that. Okay, we're gonna go into our sear roast function. We're gonna go ahead and turn that on and get our bacon fat kind of liquefied again. Okay, so the next step is to get my pork shoulder prepared. So I'm just gonna rip that plastic off. Okay, so when I was out at the beach, I stopped and picked up this pork shoulder roast at the store, and they didn't have a larger one. This recipe actually called for a 5-pound, and I had to pick between an almost 4-pound and an 8-pound, and I went ahead and went with the smaller one because I don't think we needed 8 pounds of pork shoulder. But I do think that a 5-pound roast would have still been too much for my family just because I don't think anybody is going to eat that much and I didn't want to have leftovers for days. But if you need a lot of food, go ahead and make the 5-pound roast. That's what this recipe was written for anyways, so I'm using it's an almost 4-pound roast. Okay, so I'm going to take my pork roast and I'm going to cut it into 3 pieces. Now there's a bone in here somewhere, so I'm sure at some point I will run into it. Why am I using this little knife? That was silly. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Anyway, the kids will laugh at that. So I'm going to cut this into about 3 or 4 pieces, just so it'll kind of cook faster and cook a little better. This one I have to. I think they might have lied to me. This says bone in, and there's no bone in this. I think I got gypped, you guys. My bone-in shoulder has no bone. Oh well, that's okay. So now I'm gonna take my garlic bulb here and I'm just gonna get 1 or 2 of the cloves off of here, maybe 3, and get those opened up and peeled. Okay, so I've got 3 big garlic cloves here. I'm going to cut each of them in kind of in half or in pieces. So I've got quite a few little pieces here. But I want them to be nice big chunks. And then I'm going to take my pork and I'm just going to cut a little slit in the meat here. Let's see if I can get closer to show you guys. I'm going to cut a little slit in the meat here. And I'm going to slide the garlic right into that hole so that the garlic gets nice and into that meat. And I'm going to do it in a couple of different places so I get lots of garlic in there. And I'm just going to keep doing that until I run out of garlic. Got all that garlic inside our meat. And now we're just going to take those pieces of meat and stick them right in that bacon fat and let them saute for just a minute. And then after it's been a minute, we're just going to turn them over. Okay, now we're going to take about a tablespoon of coarse sea salt. Now, if you don't have coarse salt, you may not want to use quite so much, depending on the size of your roast. Okay, I'm going to use about a tablespoon, but again, it depends on what size your roast is. And we're just going to distribute that salt as evenly as possible over all of the meat. Okay guys, now I'm going to turn my meat over one more time just for good measure, and I'm just going to kind of make sure that the salt gets on all sides. So I'm going to kind of turn it over on this one and kind of lay it on a different side than it's already cooked if I can. Okay, now we're gonna add a cup of water. That's gonna serve two purposes. The first one is obviously that our pressure cooker needs water in order to come to pressure. So the other thing though is that when it's done, we're gonna use those juices to cook our cabbage. So that's gonna be the yummy part. So that's gonna be 1 cup of water. And this might be the easiest recipe ever because we are already ready to seal up our pot. Okay guys, now we're gonna go into our chicken function because that's our high pressure. We're gonna bring that time cook all the way up to 90 minutes, which on my pot is 1 hour and 30 minutes. So it's gonna go up to 1 hour like this, and then I'm just gonna keep right on going for another 30 minutes. That's a long time under pressure, but this is going to be delicious. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, traditional Kalua pig or Kalua pork is cooked in an underground pit in Hawaii with coals on the bottom and banana leaves wrapped around it. They are delicious. Daddy and I had them when we went on our honeymoon in Hawaii at a luau, and it was absolutely delicious. I love Kalua pig, and I'm super excited to have this version because this is much easier, obviously, than going out and digging a hole in my yard and burying a pig. This is called Kalua pork because it's not the whole pig, but it should taste pretty close to the original. I'm hoping this recipe turns out really well. No. Daddy said he heard my pin drop. My pin is still up, Dad. We're still waiting. Now my pin has dropped, guys. Now it's time to open up our pot. And see who's inside. Okay, now we're just gonna reach in here with our tongs and pull out the meat. Oh yeah, that's gonna be super hard to get out. That's a super fall apart, super soft deliciousness right there. Try very carefully to pull it out in one piece. Stick it in there. Just because I don't want it to fall apart inside my pot because I want to use these juices for my cabbage. Guys, I forgot to prepare my cabbage. All we're gonna do is cut this into wedges. So we're gonna take our cabbage and cut it into 6 wedges. Now the rest of these just go right into your water that's still hot in here. Then we're gonna seal our pot back up. We're gonna go back in, oops, stop that. Go back into our chicken function, that's our high pressure. We're gonna go to time cook and bring that down to 2 minutes. And that'll be while my cabbage is cooking, I'm just gonna take a minute. Okay, my 2 minutes are up. It's time to let this is gonna be the easiest thing ever because it is so super tender. It's not even hard to shred it. You just squeeze and it falls apart and it smells so good. I'm so excited to eat this, you guys. My pressure out. This may not be one of the quickest recipes to make, but this is definitely one of the easiest I've ever made. And a full meal is ready. And I didn't have to put much effort into it, so for me, that's a win already. Perfectly steamed cabbage. There's a spinny guinea pig! And a crawly guinea pig. Okay, it's ready, and I've got it plated. Now all we need are our... Do it.
Guinea pigs!
Who thinks it smells awesome? She doesn't like the smell of cabbage. I knew there was a princessy one around here somewhere. Well, let's see. Who should we have go for? Oh, that's gonna be Jackson. That face was amazing. Go first, baby. Jordan, rice first. You're up.
Yay! I love pork. And you just need a salt on it.
Needs a salt on it? Okay. And how about the... Does that take you to Hawaii in your mind? Oh no. And that's just instant rice, nothing special. Just something to serve it with. What about the cabbage though? Does the cabbage have any flavor? It probably needs salt and pepper because it does not have any salt or pepper on it.
Cabbage
Except that we put it in some liquid that was very flavorful. So I'm thinking it might be flavorful, but it might need pepper and salt. What do you think?
Darn good cabbage.
I love Kalua Pork.
You're right. Needs a little bit of pepper and salt, but
Okay.
it's really good.
Okay, so how many thumbs are you gonna give me for today's dinner?
Wow, that's really
I love
tender.
pork, so.
Wow.
All right, I think we should go around.
That's really good. I don't have more words. That is just really good. Super tender. Lots of flavors. I would put maybe just a tad more salt. Other than that, wow. Wow, it does a little bit of flavor.
10,000.
Did you cook it with the flavors with the pork?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. It's
wanna
cooked
just
in the
flash that many up as
juices
the juice?
now.
Mm.
Good.
Real good flavor.
All right, it's Mia's turn.
No.
Come on. Wait, what is that on your wrists?
Tattoos.
You have tattoos? You're not old enough for tattoos yet. Is that because Grandpa got you a tattoo maker for your birthday?
Yeah.
Now you're gonna have henna tattoos all over you? All right, taste your dinner. Let me see.
Okay. I want to taste all the other stuff. I'm going to taste it.
I think she likes it.
What?
Oh my goodness, she likes it. So, you like that movie? So just cut a piece off and taste it. Okay, so the pork is good. What do you think of the cabbage? The cabbage was actually cooked in the same juice as the meat. So it's gonna have some of that flavor in it. So have a taste and tell me what you think. Or just drag it up to your face and bite it off, I don't care. There you go. Bite it. Okay, so she doesn't like the cabbage. I saw that coming a mile away.
Yeah.
That's okay, but you like the meat and the
If
rice?
you don't like it, you don't have to eat it.
Okay, good. How many thumbs are you gonna give me for the meat?
About 10,000.
So she really likes it. You like it?
Thanks, Mia.
Are you gonna eat it?
After all that stuff.
Okay. Thanks, buddy. Okay guys, my final thoughts. Like I said, this recipe is one of the easiest that I've ever put in my pressure cooker. It did take a really long time to cook, but it was well worth it. It was delicious. Even the cabbage was like pork flavored, yummy. It was really flavorful. I definitely will make this one again. And in fact, next time I'll buy a bigger roast. I'll buy that 8-pound one next time. This was really, really good. So if you have the option of buying the smaller one or the bigger one, go the bigger one because this would be amazing as leftovers. Awesome. I shouldn't have That thought meat it was was going to be
delicious,
too
wasn't
much
it?
because it would not
Mia
have been too
did
much.
not like the
This one was
cabbage, but
really,
what did
really
you think of
good,
the
and
meat?
I'm going to give that 10,000 thumbs up
really
too
good,
because this one
I would
was
definitely have that again. Absolutely delicious. I could just eat cabbage.
Honestly.
The cabbage was so good that I could just eat that, but the meat, yum.
I could
That
eat cabbage
pork
by itself.
was delicious.
I could eat cabbage with nothing on it. I love
Right, but
cabbage.
that cabbage in particular was better
Yeah.
than the other cabbage that I make.
Oh, yeah.
Like I love fried cabbage, but this cabbage was even better than my
Oh, yeah.
fried cabbage. Anyway, super yummy, but now it's time for bed. So
If you like this video,
thumbs up.
if you want to make this